peace, love, and light. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. We're here. We're kicking the door open. We're kicking the doors down. 2025, baby, is finally here. You know, everybody, most people feel like they need a brand new year for a fresh start. You know, when really, I mean, to be honest, you should start whenever you think about a fresh start. You know, you could be in the middle of the year. It could have been the middle. It could have been last summer. It could have been last winter, when the beginning of winter or fall. You could have said, you know what, I'm gonna start now. I'm not gonna wait till the new year. But you know, for the sake of just, you know, I guess a mental thing, we're gonna say we had a fresh start at the beginning of the year. So happy 2025. Happy New Year. We here. It's time. It's time to do better. It is time to do better. Oh man, I tell you, man. I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna even front. Woo-wee! 24 was a good year. It was rough. It was rough and it was good. You know, for me personally, it was. I guess I'm gonna call it bittersweet. For me, I'm gonna say it was bittersweet. You know what I mean? Oh, I mean because let me get my president on. Oh yeah, let me get my president on. Okay. All right. So check it out. Check this thing out. 2025 was a bittersweet year for me. You know, I learned a lot. Um, I've networked and connected a lot. You know what I mean? I learned, like I said, I learned a lot of lessons. I had a lot of ups and downs. You know, um, it was good though. It was good for the most part. It was pretty good. Uh, I've learned the biggest thing I've learned 2025 is discipline. Well, three things. Three things that I feel is key moving forward. All right. Three things that I feel is key moving forward. Discipline, consistency, and all right, discipline, consistency. What's the third thing I've learned? What's the third thing I would say? The third thing I would say is innovation. Distancy, discipline, consistency, and innovation. Okay? So let me see how can I abbreviate that. I'm gonna call it CID. CID. Consistency, innovation, and discipline. Alright? CID. CID. Yeah. That don't sound too bad there. But anyway, man, I'm telling you, man. And when I say discipline, I say that because you got to have discipline to not keep going backwards. Not You got to have discipline to not keep running in place, jogging in place, doing the same things over and over, making the same mistakes. You know what I mean? You know, that's the biggest thing. Is having discipline. You know, you got to get up every day and grind. You got to get up every day and attack this or that, and then go and put work in with your business, put work in with your job, put work in with your family, put work in with the world. You got to do that. Okay, so because what happens is if you get displaced and you get unmotivated, you get depressed, or you know just in one of those slumps. You can't say, okay, well, I'm not gonna do this today. I'm not gonna grind today. I'm not gonna work out today. I'm not gonna study today. I'm not, I'm not gonna eat right. I'm not gonna, just think positive. You got to stay disciplined to do what you say you're gonna do, and if you want to reach that end goal, if you want to reach your goal, if you got an objective goal, you got to stay disciplined. Other than that, you never get there. You know. All right. Now, what I just said kind of sums up the other word, consistency. You have to have the discipline to be consistent. You have to have the discipline to stay consistent. Okay? So, you trying to achieve a goal, right? You got to stay consistent, because that's the only way you're going to get there. If you don't do it every day, then you're not being consistent. So you have to have the discipline to be consistent. You know what I mean? They go together, hand in hand. All right. Innovative. You have to be a person that can think innovatively, if that's even a word. Okay? Because that's coming up with new ideas, new strategies. You know, within the word innovate, is a word. Let me see what defines innovation. I would say creative, create, creator, creating. You see, so you got to create new ideas. You got to create new skills. You got to create new skills. You got to create new habits. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, you want to be an innovator. You know. And so that's a lot of that's I've always been innovative, and or I say I've always thought innovatively. I'm an innovative thinker, but just because I'm an innovative thinker don't mean that I put what I've thought into action. Sometimes I don't put it into action. A lot of times I don't put it into action, because you can have a thought, an idea, a plan, but if you don't put it into action, it's like worthless. You put it. What happened? What you did was you put it out into the atmosphere. You put it out into the universe. You put it out into the ethers, and now the same way you grabbed it out of the ether, somebody else is waiting to grab it out of the ether. You see? So, and then what happens is you threw that idea out there into the ethers, into the universe, and then you sit back and you pussyfoot around. And next thing you know, you're looking at somebody else putting it in action or doing the same thing that you had thought of. And now you're like, dang, I thought of that. That's my idea. Oh, but you sat on that idea for a year or two, maybe even more. And now you see somebody else flourishing with it. Now that right there, that'll make you be kicking yourself in the ass when you see stuff like that. You know what I mean? I do it all the time. Kick myself in the ass all the time for ideas of things I thought of, but I never put them into action. And next thing you know, I see this person doing it, that person doing it, this person being successful with it, this person, you know what I mean, prospering with it, this person and that person just create a beautiful life because they put it into action. You know what I mean? Oh, how does it go? Faith without action is worthless. You know, you can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't put in some action with that, that's how I go, man. You gotta put in work. You gotta put in the work. A lot of the stuff that we think of is mental or spiritual, you know what I mean, and all this good stuff. And the other part is physical. That's the putting in the work part. So you can come up with the idea, but now you gotta put in the work, and you can have the faith. But once you put it all together, then it starts to come to life in the physical, and it's tangible now. You can see it. It's not tangible until you put in the works and you couple it with you grab it out of the air, and then you put it with the earth and all the elements. You and yourself, and you work that thing until voila, boom, it manifests. You know, I've manifested a few things in my life, but all the things that I should have manifested by now, I did not manifest it because of laziness, procrastination, and blaming other people. Man, I realize, man, you can't blame other people. You be blaming other people all your life. You got to man up. You got to step up. You got to woman up. You got to boss up, and you got to make your dreams and your destiny happen, regardless of what's going on. You know, that's how determined you gotta be. You know what I mean? That's just how determined you gotta be. You have to be determined, disciplined, consistent. But so it's 2025, and I went on a long little rant just now, but it's 2025, and I've learned discipline, consistency, and innovation. And I'm gonna take them three things, and I'm gonna make them do what it do. 24 and the years before that, I learned a lot of stuff. I tapped into a lot of things for the past 10, 15 years. I tapped into a lot of skills and creative ideas, and just a lot of beautiful things that could be beautiful, and I feel that belongs to me in my life, and I feel these things should come into my life and make my life brilliant and just abundant for whatever I want it to be. You know what I mean? Like I can use these things and create the life that I want moving forward. I mean, we're gonna slip and fall a lot of times, but you gotta get back up. You gotta get back up quick and fast too. You can't lay there and sit down and think about getting up and thinking about starting again. You got to get up and keep going. You fall off that horse or that bike, you got to get back up and get right back on it. Because you're going to get left behind. You will get left in the dust. And that ain't no good feeling for trying to play catch up. It is not a great feeling trying to play catch up. I am telling you, you gotta stay on the grind. Man, look, man, ooh-wee. I just can't stress it enough. I can't stress it enough. You know what I'm saying? I cannot stress it enough. Stay on your shit and get rich. Stay on your shit and get fit. Stay on your shit and get all the things that you desire in this life before you expire. You hear me? I say, stay on your shit and get all of the things in this life that you desire before you expire. And that's the straight up truth. I ain't no liar. But you can call me Sire. Haha. Yeah, a little poetic flow for you. A little poetic flow. But anyway, on a serious note, I do kick rhymes. I come up with rhymes just like that. I hop up out my sleep 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and I pull shit from the dream world into I pull shit from out the ethers and I hop up and write it down. You know what I mean? I write it down, so I got a lot of instances where I hopped up out of my sleep 3 o'clock in the morning, 4, 5 o'clock. I'm just riding or whatever, and I had to stop and say, I got to write this down because what I came up with was just so brilliant. You know what I mean? I was doing that for years, but I lost so much information that I wrote down in one of my phones, and it almost broke my heart. Just so much poetry and things that I had, ideas that I had in one of my last phones, and somehow I lost it. Oh man, it hurts me even thinking about it to this day. All the good shit I lost in that phone. But I'm creative. I create more shit. It's all good. But anyway, it's 2025 and we all the way live. We about to grow together. Yes, Lord, we about to grow. We about to go. You gotta let a lot of shit go in order to grow. You have to let a lot of shit go in order to grow. But video number 3. Just kicking off the YouTube journey. 10, 15 years behind the 8 ball. But hey, we can't cry for spilled milk. We gotta pick up the pieces. We gotta pick the ball up from wherever we dropped it. We gotta pick the ball up and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Trying to score the touchdown. We're trying to not only score the touchdown, we're trying to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Marathon life, baby. Yes, Lord. And on that note, I'm about to get up out of here. Just wanted to say Happy New Year. The past year, 24 and the previous years has been a good ride, but it's behind us. Look back on it just a little bit just to see what you need to do right now, in the present, and moving on into the future. Don't dwell behind you in that past, and don't stay in an imaginary land in the future. Spend most of your time here, in the now, in the present, building the future. Because the future always ends up turning into the present, in the now. We always going into the future. at the same time, dwell with living in the now and the present, creating the past and history. It's a continuous cycle, just like that, you know. But in due time, I'm coming with some more things for you, some more topics, some better discussions. We're only gonna get better and better. You know what I mean? Keep on rising to the top. Give it all you got. Man, I'm about to start adding some music in this thing. It's about to be on and popping, man. All I want to do is motivate you. All I want to do is inspire you. All I want to do is speak truth. All I want to do is uplift the youth. All praises to the Most High. Peace, love, and light. I holla.